What the Hello everyone, Mimi here. There are some major gear changes happened in the past month. The reason is sad, which I will explain later, but I'm kinda surprised that I'm somehow able to do it, considering I'm only doing AFK life skills most of the time. You'll see pretty much how I got most of my income as per usual, and I'll be explaining some of them. So let's start with the enchant sessions for this episode. Enjoy. We have another fail run. I think it's about time to progress at least a little bit before we do more enchanting. So I decided to sell all the backup boss gears and dummy fail stack gears to fund my upgrade. And yes, I am planning to upgrade my accessories. My current gear at the end of the enchant session looks like this. The easiest and the cheapest upgrade that I can see is to upgrade my earrings to Tet. But a Tet tongue grad is 7.5 billion. How am I gonna get that much money, you might wonder? And you're right, for a filthy casual like me, Tet knock is a bargain. Not to mention that I was actually happy with using sizzles for the longest time, but recently I realized that if I ever want to grind more efficiently in higher level areas, I would need more AP. Getting Tet knock earring does not equal to more AP, but now that I'm actually planning to get a Tet Latence necklace, I would have more AP overall after the gear change, so I'm happy with that. My target is 2 Tet knock earrings, which is around 3.5 bill each, and a Tet Latence power stone, which is 9.1 bill. So here goes my journey of somehow squeezing out 16 bill within a month. I was surprised that I actually were able to do that. And no, I did not get lucky on any loot boxes or enchantment to get those silvers, but rather, it's a combination of many things. Of course, a big chunk of my silver comes from selling the backup boss gears that I was using for the pain runs as mentioned before. I salvaged around 5.5 billion from that, and on top of that, I sold both of my Tritungrat earrings, which add another 3 billion towards the target. So that is 8.5 billion out of the way. Finally, I did have around 1.5 billion-ish when I made the decision, so that makes it 10 billion that I don't have to worry about. That means somehow over the past month, I made 6 billion without much playtime, if at all. Which is awesome. I didn't really record my income in detail during this month, but I'll try my best to lay them out as much as possible and explain my reasoning behind those decisions. I'll quickly skim through the boring ones first, so here it goes. First, I actually did some grinding. I grinded for a total of 4 hours in the past month. Yes, amazing, I actually grinded for that long. Each session was around 30 minutes to an hour and I get around 150 mil from them. Next, I did another boss scroll run, which gave me around 600 mil worth of loot. And that was pretty much most of my active playtime doing money making activities. Next, let's talk about event money. Next, daily free silver. Every day I get 2 million from my guild and 2.5 million from my family fame. That is 135 million per month, and I get around 20 million from fishing every day, so that is another 600 million in the pocket. So far we made around 1.5 billion from the money that I can easily count this month. Now the boring stuff is out of the way, let's start with the worker material money. There has been quite a bit of changes to many of the materials, and of course I took the advantage from some of them. Powder of Flame and Powder of Darkness, for example, were not sellable before. But ever since the Manos updates, I can actually sell them for more than the minimum price sometimes. I had a few 100,000 of each powder in stock before the update, so I know that most of the players probably also has a sizable amount as well. And therefore I had been selling as much of them as possible, even if that means I had to sell them at the minimum price. If I sold 100,000 of them, that means around 160 million after tax. I don't know how much exactly I sold, and that's why I can't really tell you how much I got from selling them, but it should be at least around 500 million in total. And I ended up keeping around 100,000 of each powder for my own use in the future. Yeah, if you are a relatively new player, you can start making decent amount of money just like that. One barley costs around 800 silver. One barley flour is worth 1,500 after tax. Grinding one barley will give you on average 2.5 barley flour. That means each barley you grind gives you 3,750 silver, which is around 3.6 times ROI or return of investment. After some math, a new player with a professional processing level would be getting around 1 million per hour grinding for flour, compared to the result of fishing, which is around 1.8 million to 2 million per hour. Fishing is still better, but if you simply get a try processing stone or maybe just a pry, which enables you to mass process, this would turn into a 3.5 million per hour activity. And because it is lightweight, you can AFK for longer before you overweight, compared to processing other materials. Of course, processing other materials might give you even better results, for example melting titanium ores into shards, which gives you around 4.5 million per hour. So I did some of that. Of course, the reason why this has become profitable is because the new life skill system, which I am planning to talk about in the next video. Otherwise this video will be too long. Anyways, While my character is processing, I check every material that I have a big pile of to see if some of them have become a good sell. And I found Trace of Earth, Origin, and Battle that were all above 45k each, which is a couple hundred million silver liquefied. Old Tree Bark was another big one, which somehow was selling at 20k each. It was worth around 1 or 2k each earlier this year, so I piled up tens of thousands of them. That was a fun sale. Acacia sap and white cedar sap were another material that shot up in price, which I hoard a bunch of. So yeah, just hoard everything and sell them when they shot up in price from a random new patch can be a decent way to have some extra cash. And that sums up the major surprise incomes that I had over that month, which made up the majority of the final 4.5 billion that I needed for the upgrades. I was doing other things like making steel, couple of RBF here and there, world bosses, dark rifts, etc. But those activities combined probably made me less than 300 mil, which is not much in comparison. This is my current gear after the upgrade. Yes, I do feel the damage difference after hitting those AP brackets, so I'm happy with this month, even though I blew up a couple billions on pen attempts to begin with. Speaking of that, after failing pen attempts for so long and not having any progress, saving money for a month or two like this and buy myself some actual guaranteed progress is not a bad idea. Feels good. So there might not be much enchanting for the next episode because I sold my backups, but I will start to get them back again. Anyways, that's it for today. Like it if you subscribe, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.